Yo, 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 it's your boy MC Word coming to you live from Garvin Girls Entertainment. I'ma ride for my fam if they right or wrong. Healing my pain with this pen as I write this song. I was out living in sin and I was right at home, but Christ was with me on this road of life like a ride along. Confidence in my gifts, no more second guessing. Free my mind of the guilt, cancel my depression. Hard times had me down, learned to count my blessings. My spirit was dead, that gave me life. I'm talking resurrection. All you see is the glory, you never see the pain of all the leeches and the bleachers while we play this game. And how it teaches, they don't seek us, they just seek the fame. Truth be told, even hearts of gold must go through the flame just to be perfected, and perfection must be purged. It's all part of
Welcome everybody. So glad that you came to join us today. My name is Ariana Garvin, aka A Garvin with the A. And you are here tuning into GGTV. Garvin Girls Entertainment is our production house that is dedicated to making sure that our clients are connected to the right resources, the right people, and have the right platforms to be able to tell their story. Today, we are here with Jarrell Johnson, aka MC Word, believer, DC native, and now he is using music as his way to express his story. How you doing today, Jarrell?
I'm doing good, Ariana. How you doing?
Awesome. So let's get right on into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Like you said, I'm a DC native. Grew up in the Washington, D.C. area in Southeast, the Anacostia area. Moved from that area, lived in Walker Mill for the rest of my time live, and now I'm just using my gifts, the gifts that God gave me, to share a message.
If someone were to look at your Instagram, hear you speak, a lot of times I think that they would pick up on your desire to uplift the Black community by empowering Black men. Now, me, as a Black woman who was raised by other strong Black women, a lot of my platform tends to speak to how women are depicted in film, TV, and things like that through media and all kinds of areas. And in some ways, Black men usually get the short end of the stick in my conversation. Of course, because of how dedicated I am to Black women and a bit of the misinformation that I get about the image of Black men. So before we get into, of course, how your message is expressed, let's talk about what your analysis is on the state of the Black man.
I feel that the Black man has been oppressed for so long that he doesn't understand his power. And I think that's the key to Black men becoming effective leaders in their households and in their communities, is that they understand the power that's within them. And so I'm a firm believer that you lead by example and not by word. And so I try to walk the things that I believe in and walk the things that I hold is true, so that Black men can see those and say, okay, you know what, it's not wrong for a Black man to speak eloquently. It's not wrong for a Black man to stand up for a Black woman when he sees her being oppressed. It's not wrong for a Black man to take hold of the people in this community, of the children in this community, and build them, and take, just take his place as a king in his community. And so that's what, I try to walk that before my brothers, and hopefully when they see that, they follow suit, and not follow me, but that they follow Christ.
It starts with the head.
Absolutely.
So that kind of gets a little bit into how your message is expressed. This specific part of your message, you decide to share through the story of, I guess, from what you experienced as a child, what has been happening in the world of people, how you understand the relationships you have with other Black men. In the very beginning of the song, you speak about, which by the way, the song is called My Story, and in your story you open it up about the death of our cousin. So this is also my cousin, but you open up about the death of our cousin when he was killed in a physical altercation. How has that just that experience alone shaped how you share your message? That
experience shaped me as a man. It reshaped me as a man. And so the experiences that I've had since that incident have changed me, and my message has changed as a result of that. I can only put out what I live. I don't lie in my music. I don't portray myself to be something that I'm not. And so when my truth changed as a result of losing my cousin, my message changed along with it.
So speaking of which, of course, what is happening right now, this is the truth that you and I as Black people already face, but this is something that, of course, our white counterparts, Asian counterparts, Hispanic counterparts may not necessarily connect with. But of course, everything with the protest about the killing of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and so many other unnamed and named people who are named Black people who have been killed by law enforcement. How have you been reacting to it? And then I guess a follow-up question, what is your thought to the Black people in these communities?
I think it's interesting you say how have I been reacting to it, and the key is I'm not reacting to it. I think that when you react to things, you lose your self-control. My father used to tell me, because I used to get fired up, like when Trayvon Martin was killed and Eric Gardner and Mike Brown. When these guys were killed, I would get so fired up about it and be so ready to do something about it. And my father told me, he said, man, you can't be so reactive. You have to be proactive. And so when he said that to me, it was kind of, it sat me down for a while, and I had to think about that. And so I began to build at those moments. So now when I get to a place where George Floyd is killed in the street, I don't have to react because I'm already building what needs to happen. It's a chess match. Just because my opponent makes a move doesn't mean that I have to respond to that. I still have a plan in place that's going to deal with the issues in front of me. And so then that goes into the next question of, well, what do Black people need to do? We need to be self-sustaining. I've been building self-sustainability in my own community. And so when things like this happen, I can look at it and say, you know what? I'm doing the right thing. It confirms to me that it's necessary. The things that I'm doing are necessary for my people.
Of course, this is the ultimately the best part of this discussion is what is your message to the Black community? What is your message to the world?
My message is we need to come together. We all need to come together. But for Black people, we need to lead in that coming together. So before we ask anyone to come together with us, let's make sure that we are on one accord. And we have to learn to agree to disagree. Sometimes we're not going to see things out of eye. I don't expect everyone to think that my route is the way to go. I don't expect everyone to think that what I think is right. What I think is right, my beliefs are my beliefs. But at the end of the day, we have to be able to coexist. We have to be able to agree to disagree, and do so in a place where my disagreement with you doesn't result in violence or doesn't result in hostility. Just because we disagree doesn't mean we're not on the same team. We have to be unified in that regard and respect everyone's opinions. We're all different. We're all individuals. It's our thoughts that make us individual. It's our beliefs that make us individual. It's the things, our principles. Those things are what make us individuals. But each individual has a part in the progress of his people. We all have a job to do. And so let's do our job and be on one accord in that regard.
Unity is the message.
Unity is the key.
We have to come together. We grow up in different communities. We learn and experience different things. We process things differently, but it is that collaboration that is what is helpful for the synergy of progress.
Absolutely.
And so I definitely agree with you there. Thank you so much, Darrell.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, this was awesome. This was awesome, y'all. This is just a little bit of the conversation that we've had, but check out the song. All of this is encompassed in the song My Story, which is available on SoundCloud. We will drop the link in the bio. But thank you so much, Darrell, for being with us on GGTV as our first interview ever. And stay tuned for more from GGTV. I am A. Garvin with the A, and I will see y'all next time.
Truth be told, even hearts of gold must go through the flame just to be perfected, and perfection must be purged. It's all part of the